How many images can possibly exist? How many kinds of images are there? How many depict real events? What lies in the space between order and chaos? Pixels are the building blocks of digital images, tiny tiles forming a mosaic. Each pixel is defined by numbers representing color and position. Therefore, any digital image can be represented as a sequence of numbers. Every possible combination of these numbers maps to exactly one unique image. And every possible image maps to exactly one unique combination of numbers. Just as we don't need to write down every number between 0 and 1 to prove they exist, we don't need to generate every possible image to prove they exist. Their existence is guaranteed by the mathematics that defines them. They exist as points in an abstract coordinate space. Therefore, every photograph that could ever be taken exists as coordinates. Every frame of every possible film exists as coordinates. Every face that could ever be seen exists as coordinates. To deny this would be to deny the existence of numbers themselves. So how many images can possibly exist? We simply take the number of colors to the power of the number of pixels. 24-bit RGB color depth gives us 16,777,216 possible colors per pixel. A pixel resolution of 1024 squared gives us just over 1 million pixels per image. If we take the number of colors to the power of the number of pixels, we get an incomprehensibly large but finite number of images. That's a 7, followed by over 7.5 million digits. More than a Google, but less than a Googleplex. The estimated number of atoms in the entire universe is only 10 to the 80th power. When we take photos, perhaps we are not creating images. We are merely navigating to their predetermined coordinates, like travelers arriving at destinations that were always there. Total pixel space contains every possible digital image, including films of your entire life. Every life you never lived, and the lives of every other living creature or object that ever and never existed on or off the earth, from every possible angle. It contains countless films depicting the complete history of humanity, from the dawn to the demise of Homo sapiens. It contains intimate portraits of every human who ever lived. It contains a million-year-long film documenting the rise and fall of a true alien civilization. It contains images of every weather pattern and cloud. Photos of every mountain, rock and microscopic grain of dust on Earth and every other planet, asteroid and moon in the universe, in every wavelength of light, from every angle. It contains the life stories of every microorganism that ever lived. Every video game run through, images of all future scientific discoveries and inventions. Images that defy the laws of physics and logic. Images of every dream of everyone who ever lived. Somewhere in this vastness are images of the moment of our deaths. Somewhere in this vastness lies every frame of every possible past, present, and future. But within this ocean of pixel possibility, natural images are but a drop. Recognizable scenes, faces, and objects are extremely rare islands in a vast sea of noise. The laws of physics, of light and matter, carve narrow channels through the mathematical void. Our world flows through these channels, leaving most of pixel space forever unknowable. Yet this space teems with potential. Every form of life that could exist, every absurdity, all float in this vast sea. Most regions appear as noise to our eyes, but perhaps they hold patterns our brains aren't wired to see. Like the rules of chess to a cricket, these structures might require new forms of perception, knowledge, and technology to decipher. Perhaps chaos and order depend on one another to exist. Through contrast, the meaninglessness frames the meaningful. In physics, time is often thought of as a fourth dimension, an additional axis alongside the three dimensions of space, allowing for a seamless and continuous unfolding of events. Yet in total pixel space, time becomes more like a set of ordered images. Each image, or frame, is static and timeless. Nothing within any one frame changes. It is frozen, fully defined in every pixel, waiting. In this sense, time is an illusion of change, created by the conscious movement from one frame to the next. So how many films can possibly exist? We simply take the number of possible images to the power of the number of frames. Recall that total pixel space contains this number of possible images. This is the number of possible images for just one frame in a film. If our film has a frame rate of 24 frames per second, we get this many possible 1-second films. A 2-hour film contains 172,800 frames. And so here is the number of every possible 2-hour film. A 9 followed by 1.3 trillion digits. The mathematics of total pixel space reveals time not as a flowing river beyond our control, but as a vast collection of static moments, each existing simultaneously as coordinates. What we perceive as the forward march of time may simply be consciousness traversing these predetermined points, like a beam of light illuminating one frame after another in an endless film reel that already exists in its entirety. Total pixel space represents both the ultimate determinism and the ultimate freedom, every possibility existing simultaneously, waiting for consciousness to give it meaning through the act of choice. We are all navigators in this space, each choice a coordinate, each moment a point in the mathematical sublime. Within this space, evolution itself becomes not a process of creation, but of discovery, each possible path of life's development already mapped. Our particular evolutionary story, from the first self-replicating molecules to conscious beings contemplating their own existence, is but one thread in a colossal tapestry of possibility.